Blackburn
Enterprises.
Thank you for coming to our channel. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with me. Back with a new recap. I am your boy JB.
And I'm Ken.
And today, we're going to be recapping
The Shy Season 6, Episode 2, which is More Douda, More Problems.
More Douda, More Problems. And that was a good name for this episode,
Yeah,
right?
it was. I mean, anything with Douda in it equals problems.
Yeah, this is true. Started off with we're gonna start off with Victor. Start off on a good note because it opens up with him. You know, it's kind of his first day. You know, on the job. You know, and his campaign manager's hyping him up, getting excited. You know what I'm saying? Kind of telling him all the things that he can accomplish or whatever. And before he really can get his day going, he gets a blast from the past and the South Side.
Yeah, South Side came back.
Yeah, and he wants him to do a favor. Wants him to get him back in touch with his sister. So what did you think about that?
I mean, he tried to use the fact that he's saved now to get back with his sister.
Yeah, I mean that kind of happens when when people go to jail. They kind of
I done found God.
They found the Lord. So it kind of happens.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm a changed man. I want to do right, and you link me up with my sister, and I'll do some favors for you. Do some favors for you.
You need to do you a favor and you need to take a nap. Okay, yawning. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. I wonder.
I don't know if I trust him though.
That's the thing. You kind of took that out of my brain. Like I don't know. Like,
he wasn't gone that long.
Right. It was like not long enough. You know what I'm saying? So.
We'll see.
No, I don't know. So hopefully, and then the family, that took her in, they're kind of like on the
fence about letting him see her, yeah.
Right, but I thought it was dope, that they did show. I mean, they show that family dynamic and how, a lot of times people have different family members, you know what I'm saying? You have that, and that's something Southside said, when you have a brother or a sibling, but you're more so like a parent, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, the family dynamics with a lot of people a lot of times are different. So I did like how they showcased that.
Yeah,
okay.
I did too.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into one of the major points that was going on this episode, and that's with your boy Emmett.
Emmett got to make up for buying his baby mama that car, so
I don't know. Well, I don't know why we didn't ask this yesterday, but y'all comment down below. What's Emmett wrong for buying his baby mama a car?
That is a good question. That's a good question.
But it seems like they are. They are at each. Him and Keisha, like they're growing pains. I guess what I labeled it or whatever, and they're kind of going back and forth. They're kind of arguing, kind of fussing and fighting. So what do you think about that?
Well, I mean, of course, when we were first introduced to Emmett and Keisha, they were just like jump offs or whatever. So I feel like now, like she said, this is like a real grown up relationship. We got kids, we got careers. We trying to be grown now and not just play around. And so you have to transition from we were just having fun the other day to like now this is serious stuff though. We got to handle bills and business and all of that good stuff. So
now I do agree with you on everything you just said. However, I guess my thing is I feel like Emmett has made tremendous strides to be a better individual. He's way more immature than he is. The things that he's doing.
Way more mature.
Is that what I said? Immature?
Yeah. But I know what you meant.
Freudian slip, I guess. But I think he is definitely more mature than what he was, and so everything that he's doing, I don't know. I feel like Keisha's being a little hard on him, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
And she probably just overwhelmed too, because she just got this new job. She's trying to blend this family together. He got kids, she got kids, and they got a lot of kids together. So
that could be a lot. You know what I'm saying? She might be trying to get, and that's what I'm saying. Just like we kind of open up with this segment of, I guess, as far as when they were kind of just when it was just a jump off or whatever, things were easy. You just show up, you bang, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? And you be done. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what it is no more. Like you said, you're worrying about bills. You're worrying about what I'm saying, the children. Responsibilities. All of that.
Running a business.
Running a business and all the adult problems. You know what I'm saying? Because life be life.
Life be life.
You hear me?
Yes.
So dealing with all of that. That could definitely be a transition, and the whole idea of giving Tiffany a car.
Yeah.
Definitely complicated it more.
Yeah.
But I guess he tries to do the better thing, or not better thing, but I guess try to make up for it, so to speak, by ending up buying her a house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what did you think about that?
I mean, of course, nobody trusts Douda. I don't trust Douda. And if you gotta have his 2 cents, 50 cents, however much sense he adding into it.
He's adding a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's gonna
because
be
it's like,
some
you know what I'm
problems.
saying, you just, you put whatever you can on it, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
I'll cover the difference.
But the bill comes due.
Always.
There you
You
go.
know what I'm saying? Always.
So,
Yeah, always.
I don't trust that part, but I do think that they did need a bigger place, but I don't know if he should have waited and did it on his own.
Yeah, but I mean, he kind of... again, it's
Douda,
you know what I'm saying?
His arm
like we said,
bit.
it's chest not checkers, and
That's
Douda's
true.
definitely, he's doing what he can, so he kind of forced his hand,
He
you know
did.
what I'm saying? Like when he made that, sometimes you got to think decisions through, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think he thought.
He didn't think it through.
He didn't think, I don't think he thought that whole decision all the way through.
He did not.
Like at all. But somebody who might be, you know what I'm saying, thinking, might be second guessing the decision they decided to make. I guess and get your decision on what you think about, or get your idea of what you thought about that was Maisha. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like, to, you know what I'm saying, on first thought, Maisha and having Jemma as her manager, is a good thing. Jemma is managing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
she
saying?
is.
Like she's on top of it. She's making sure she got everything like in
Make
tip
sure
top
her
shape.
money is right and all
Right,
that.
like she's making sure that she has, everything,
look,
like
the
like
style,
she's a superstar. That's what she's treating like, and even looking out for her, because we was talking about that when she was like, she was gonna agree to a 15-minute set.
Yeah,
and she was like,
girl, you can't. You only got one hit.
yeah,
now.
you only got one
can't-
song, and
can't do
then,
that.
and of course, on the outside looking in, like anytime, like when you're performing, you know what I'm saying, if you're a dancer, comedian, a rapper, or singer, whatever, you'll understand that 15 minutes is a long time.
Yeah.
Like when you hear 15 minutes, like 15 minutes, that ain't
Yeah,
nothing.
fly by, but no.
No, but 15 minutes of actually, performing or showing, you know what I'm saying, and you only got one song. So how did you
stretching it a little
So
bit.
how did you feel overall about Jemma and her being that manager, and their overall relationship with her and Maisha, and where you see that going?
I mean, you can see she on her boss stuff. I mean, she's a natural for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess she didn't talk all the way through the logistics of the finance part about, like, if I'm working for you,
Mm-hmm.
I get a cut of what you're doing. And
Right.
she didn't really explain that to Maisha, so Maisha was thrown back from that.
Right.
Like, wait a minute,
So I
I'm
think
the performer.
Right. So overall, I think she just has to communicate better. But
Yeah.
that could be
A wedge between them.
Yeah,
later on.
I can definitely see, you know what I'm saying, that it's a little sprinkle, and I can definitely can see them getting into it later on or whatever. But if Jemma does a better job of communicating,
then they should be okay.
they should be okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of communicating, somebody who has been communicating is Rashad, and he's he's still out here struggling. He's communicating that he wants to do things on his own. He wants to be his own man. He wants to start things on his own. So real quickly, what do you think about him?
He got
And
his little booster stuff.
he really ain't boosting. That's his own clothes.
He's selling his things.
Mhm.
He said, I'm gonna get out here on the street and get it the right way. And I think that his girl is admiring all of that. Like, okay, I see that you. She's like, at first she's apprehensive, but then she's like, okay, if that's what you want to do, she's not just like shutting them down.
I will say she's not shutting them down, but I feel like she is double-minded. I think she wants to be loved and she wants to be supportive, but in the same token, she doesn't want to allow him to come to whatever it is that he wants to do kind of on his own. She's she's steady more is like, oh, I could give you this, or I can buy you this, I can give you the money to do this, and I can do this, and you know what I'm saying. But he gotta become his own man.
Yeah, but I think she'll like that later on, that he's trying to do it the correct way.
Yeah, he is doing it the correct way, and I thought he was gonna be tempted to go the bad way. I mean, you seen it in a conversation that he has with Vacay, and Vacay's like, you know what I'm saying, he can give him some money, but he's like, but he goes into, I've been where you know what I'm saying, where you're trying to go, you know what I'm saying, I made the same bad decisions. So it looks like he
might be on the up and up.
Right, so
I hope his boy put him on.
You talking about Victor?
Victor needs to put him on his campaign, do something.
Well, do something, give him a job,
give him some type of job,
some security or something.
Yeah, something.
Right. So, speaking of Vacay kind of ends up being in a compromising situation, especially when it comes to Douda.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. So,
Douda got his hand in
everything. He got his hands in everything.
God.
So, obviously that, he gave the money to Papa's dad last season or whatever. That's what ended up getting him, his dad
racketeering
crossed up, which is another interesting part. And so we'll touch on that real quick and then kind of bring it back around. What did you think about Papa end up at the table and him kind of calling out his dad and saying, well, you trying to lead and you trying to tell us to do this.
Been on the up and up,
but, you know what I'm saying, you doing this and you doing that. What did you think about that scene?
I feel like that was a real conversation he allowed his son to have, and he eloquently told him, like, okay, that's how I was, but I am trying to lead by example. If I'm telling y'all to lead by example, I got to do the same thing.
Yeah, eloquently is definitely a good word, because that's what Papa did. And again, that shows to
his maturity.
Yeah, his maturity. He's super mature. And even how you talk back to your parents. If you're gonna talk back to your parents, that's how you talk back to your parents.
Yes.
That's how you do it. But yeah, so when Douda came and he was trying to check Papa's dad and was like trying to give him the money, and his dad was like, no, I don't need you. I don't need none of that dirty money. So how do you think that's gonna work out for him?
I'm scared for him. I hope he gets some security in the church, because I feel like Douda and his people are coming for him, and that's not gonna be good for Papa or anybody else. And what's his name?
Mm-hmm.
Vacay, I was going to call him Jabari. Yeah, Vacay, and it's going to be bad, I feel like. I have a bad feeling about that.
It is definitely going to be bad. But some things that are not bad is, going back to Papa, is, his new flame.
Oh, yeah.
So let's touch on that.
Older woman.
Let's touch on that with the two budding relationships, which is, you know what I'm saying, which is Papa and his and the new girl. I'm not sure what her name is.
Her name is Kenya.
Ironically, her name is Kenya. And with Kevin and Maisha. What do you think about those two budding relationships, and what do you see?
Well, Kevin and Maisha was the originals. Mm-hmm. They started this stuff. Mm-hmm. So I feel like they just rekindling and, getting back where they was. I think that Papa and they both preachers' kids, so they got a lot in common.
Yeah,
they got a lot going on.
They definitely bonded over being
BKs. Yes, and she said, honey, as soon as you turn 18, it's going to be me and you. That's what she basically saying. You can tell they both into each other.
Right. That is nice. So, so you think they both going to end up making it? Okay,
making it happen.
Well, speaking of people trying to make it happen, that is what Tiffany is trying to do. She is in the game of selling greenery.
And she was apprehensive at first.
No, I don't.
She said, "Can't you gonna be?"
You talking about this episode?
Yeah,
I thought you was talking. I thought you was talking about in general.
No.
Yeah, she was talking about because the new guy, he had some new product, and she thought,
she can't be stepping on my territory. She real rap raw.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But he, I think she kind of lucked up, because the guy she's running into, he just wants everybody to do better. And, he wants people to be organic when it comes to what it is that they're putting in their body. You know what I'm saying? So
he's encouraging them to grow their own and do their own thing.
Right. And so where do you see that going as far as, Tiffany and what is his name? It just left me. But Tiffany and Rob,
yes,
trying to go ahead and go into business for themselves and working with them, maybe start growing their own product.
Yeah, I was nervous at first because I thought he was gonna have to go to Douda for the funds, but he ended up going to his mama, which is a whole nother thing.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. That's what Rob ended up saying. Like, he kind of already made a deal, because remember, because he was talking about how so that's the thing. So Douda kind of sweetened the deal and gave him more percentage. Gave him a higher percentage
than
what his uncle was giving him. Right. And so this is what the whole plot twist is with all of that. So they are going to try to undercut him by doing their own thing. Douda's one, not gonna like that. Two, when Rob asks questions, and shout out to what's her name? His mama's name? What's her real name? In real life?
I had her name in my brain.
Lynn Whitfield.
That's her name.
Shout out to Lynn Whitfield. She is always, one thing about Lynn Whitfield, she is always going to have Monday, and she's always going to have some sinister little motive.
Yes.
But yeah, so when he tries to find out what happened to her, his uncle and her brother, you know what I'm saying, that's going to really put Rob in a compromising situation.
But what I'm hoping is that Rob is the one that gets rid of Douda once and for all.
I don't know. Does Rob have that in him?
I don't know. He do got this in his blood, so we'll see.
We definitely gonna see on that. All right, so if you want to go ahead and do us a favor, hit that thumbs up button. We definitely appreciate it, and it helps out the channel. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, bruh, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. We definitely appreciate it. And you can see more videos.
Like this one.
And if you want to go do us another favor, if you want to go ahead and hit that button that's shaped like a bell, if you want to go ahead and do that, you'll get a notification.
Every time we drop a new video.
And if you want to go ahead and do us one more favor, you want to go ahead and comment down below. And what should they comment?
You think the Shy is going to rise up against Douda? Come on, people.
Good question.
I need y'all to band together.
Is the Shy going to rise up against Douda?
Because more Douda, more problems.
More Douda, more problems.
You got to get rid of them.
All right. We appreciate every single one of you. And I guess we'll holler at you.
Peace.